Girl, not Brit Eady, fallen sick after Kenya Moore leaked her adult pictures. It turns out that Brit is not as tough as we thought she was because she is breaking down hard over Kenya Moore's actions. Her beef with Kenya has been escalating for a couple of months now, and it got so out of hand that Kenya got fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, this situation has been something of a he said, she said situation, and fans have been kind of split about who the real villain in this story is. And from the looks of things, Brit seems to believe that she is the victim because she is not taking this well. But just when we thought we finally figured it out, some new footage just leaked that might solve the puzzle of who exactly the villain is in this story, so let's break it down. Okay, so we first found out that Brit and Kenya had some bad blood last year at the launch of Kenya's spa. At the event, Kenya pulled a wild move when she showed a blown up poster of Brit involved in some adult activities, if you know what I mean. The poster had Britney in some seriously scandalous positions, engaging in, well, some very explicit actions with a man. So word on the street is that Kenya and Britney had a blowout fight right before the spa event kicked off, and it got really intense. Some sources say Brit allegedly made some pretty serious threats, even hinting at something involving a pew-pew, if you catch my drift. But there are multiple contradicting accounts of what happened, so for a while it was hard to tell what really happened. Some people claim that Kenya was lying about the threats she allegedly got from Brit, saying that Brit didn't actually make those threats like Kenya claimed. On the other hand, other eyewitnesses claim that Brit did threaten Kenya with the pew-pew. According to an insider, at no time was Kenya ever threatened with a weapon, nor was there ever a weapon present during the course of production. However, another insider claimed that prior to the event, Eady made threats to Moore using the word "g," which made cast members feel uncomfortable. It was pure chaos, and Brit claimed that it was revenge P. Also, considering that Bravo was filming at the time, it meant that they were smack in the middle of the drama and had no choice but to get involved. Britney immediately jumped to social media to put Kenya on blast, saying, "It's never a good feeling to be targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met. For the record, I've never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I've never even been to jail and fight or even had as much as a speeding ticket. That's not in my character. I am hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong." She also accused Kenya of being a saying, in Georgia, the distribution of explicit images without the consent of the person depicted is considered a criminal offense. Under Georgia law, the offense of unlawful disclosure of intimate images, also known as revenge P, is covered under OCCA 1611-90. This law makes it illegal to distribute explicit images or videos of another person without their consent and with the intent to harm, intimidate, or coerce the person depicted. Violating Georgia's revenge P law is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine of up to $1,000, imprisonment for up to 1 year, or both. Subsequent offenses are considered felonies, carrying more severe penalties. A few weeks after this happened, TMZ reported that Kenya had been indefinitely suspended by the network, saying Kenya will not return as a cast member for the rest of production for the new season after she was sidelined indefinitely for allegedly unveiling explicit posters of newcomer Brit Eady seemingly performing oral sex. TMZ also wrote, Kenya has not been fired from RHOA. Instead, we're told both sides have agreed she's just going to take a break from the show for now. Our sources say Bravo is keeping the door open for a future return. However, we're also told Kenya is considering legal options at this point because she's not happy with how this whole mess unfolded. However, Kenya clapped back and defended herself on social media, denying that what she did was revenge P. She wrote, "Thank you for all the support, Team Twirl. My heart is full and my conscience is clear. So many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? My life is blessed. My daughter and I will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and most importantly protected. Thank you, God, for covering us." A blind item even claimed that she was planning to sue the network, saying the suspended housewife is going to file a discrimination lawsuit against the network because they have done nothing to the bar star who did the same thing. In fact, his salary was doubled. But she never went through with the lawsuit and she is still suspended by the network. We still don't know if she's coming back to the show, but the episode where the drama started recently aired, and it looks like we finally have some perspective as to what really happened. So here's how it went down. The women were all gathered when they played a game, and Brit asked if Kenya could speak to her kindly and without attitude. Well, Brit didn't like Kenya's answer, and that's when things got messy.
To Kenya.
I'm popular tonight.
Can you speak to Brit kindly and not with an attitude? I didn't write it, I promise.
The answer is yes. I can speak to everyone kindly without an attitude. I think I have.
Yeah, but we're talking about me, sweetheart.
Okay.
What do you mean, why? I have the floor, baby.
Okay, you want a moment. Have your moment.
This is not a moment.
Yeah, it's a big moment
How?
for you.
You're having a moment. Do you need to step out?
I am a moment. I can speak to everyone.
This wasn't about everyone. You want me to read it again?
Everyone kindly.
Would you like for me to read it again?
I'm not going to
for
play
you?
these childish games. Peasants cannot come for a queen.
That was what? You said peasant?
We have olive oil here.
Please
You
Let's wrap it up, lady.
Yeah.
I didn't sing for her.
Thank you for using my catchphrase.
Hey girl, get the out of here. Get the out of here. Some people be trying the wrong ones. They be looking for their moment.
Ladies.
I have good. Like, get the out of here.
The argument got messy, and on the way out, Brit mentioned to one of the other housewives that she had a pew-pew.
We're not done. We're still catching this moment. Okay, because it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Hold on. Let me find my husband first. You want to compliment sequence outside?
I have so many things though. This is a
I
lot.
mean, I still got my pistol, so I'm nervous.
Girl, Kenny's here. We ain't worried.
Okay, can I put this in my car? What are we doing?
So we clearly heard her mention that she was strapped, and even though she didn't say it directly to Kenya's face, fans clocked the fact that she made sure that she was within Kenya's earshot before saying it. And considering that they just had a messy argument a few minutes before, it's not surprising that Kenya would feel threatened. And Kenya, being the messy queen that she is, chose to have her revenge in the pettiest way ever. She waited until she had a major crowd at her event, and then she unveiled multiple blown up posters of Brit in some scandalous positions.
So I did a little research and I found out who this is.
What is it?
So who is this? Who is this?
Brit Eady is her name.
This the same girl.
Oh, I'm not doing this.
We see the nose jobs, the lips, the fillers, all that.
She need a pipe there. Ooh, you're crazy. Ooh.
That's number one.
If this is just the first one, where is this going?
My good private investigators found some more evidence for me. So yeah, she used to be a video. She was a trap hoe video. Okay.
Her hiring a private investigator just proves how determined she was to humiliate Brit at all costs, and it was a mess. Well, in a recent episode of the show, Brit opened up to her husband about how hurt she was by Kenya's actions and how it affected her mental health. She also claimed that she was a teenager in one of those posts, which certainly complicates things.
It's just like, she doesn't even realize the damage that she has caused.
Like, I can't, like, I'm still in shock that this happened. I don't want to deal with all this mess.
That is crazy.
I spent $250 on flowers for her. So as I'm walking out the door, you bring out some billboards of me naked and trying to like talk about what work I've had done. Like, you tried to publicly humiliate me in front of 200 people on the mic. On the mic.
At her salon, grand opening.
For her event.
She has a daughter, and the salon
She
is
has a
allegedly
daughter.
dedicated to her
Dedicated to her kid.
That's up.
There were camera crews there. There were, everybody in the audience had their phones out. Like, this was calculated. She planned this to ruin my reputation. My life that I wasn't the most proud of. I let my boyfriend film me giving oral as a teenager. And in my early 20s, I tried webcam. I can own that, and I could say I've made mistakes. I had everything wiped from the internet. And so the fact that she went and dug this up is disgusting.
Well, fans have different opinions about this, and they left comments saying, still don't feel bad for Brit, no shade, poke the bear, and you got the response you were itching for. Can't try to antagonize and then tell somebody how they can react. Was it extreme? Sure, but am I still a Kenya enthusiast? Absolutely. Kenya Moore really used her good printer ink to print out those pics of Brit Eady and made an errand to the craft section of the store so she can glue them onto a poster board and do revenge P at her event for her business that costed her $500,000. Wow. And to y'all saying people are defending Kenya's bad behavior are crazy. Nobody is condoning her actions, but we watched in real time on camera Brit antagonize and poke at her for no reason, then threaten her with, and she's here playing victim. The bias is clear. But I want to know who y'all believe is the villain in this story, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.